In Bognor Regis, West Sussex, the local skate and surf shop is managed by Phil Guilfoyle. His shop stocks about 1,000 items of extreme sporting equipment.
The products that we stock are snowboarding hardware, kite surfing hardware, wakeboarding, surfing and skating equipment. We also do the clothing to go with it, so while you're doing your sports you can also pick up the clothing in those brands that you like.
To increase his sales, Phil decided to start up an online shop called Extreme Sports World. He had to store information about all the products on his website. The easiest way to store so much information is to use a database. To design the database, he created a wireframe, a map of how the products would be categorized.
The wireframe relates to the database because the wireframe is effectively planning the fields of the database. So you have your departments and then your sub-departments and then your products, and they all form fields in the database. So it's really just a way of mapping out the database that also relates to how the website's going to look and feel.
Phil built the actual database by adding in products which will be sorted into the different departments. Working with his web developer, he created an online storefront to display the contents of the database.
The design for the website was based on our own experiences of how a website should be laid out in order to purchase. Generally, within about 3 clicks, you can purchase something. Every time they click on a product or a category or a department, that's actually then querying the database. So they're actually accessing the database, and that's how we pull the products to them, and then that's how they can buy them, by adding them to the shopping cart.
Customers access the database through the website, but Extreme Sports World staff use an administrative interface. Clemmy Waddell, a sales assistant at the shop, accesses the database every day.
On a typical day, we'd access the database to keep track of all the sales, obviously, and then we'd make sure that everything we have on the website we have in stock, to make sure that when people ring up or go through the internet site that we're not selling things we don't have.
Clemmy regularly accesses the database to add new stock.
To add a new t-shirt onto the website, you'd click into either men's or women's. We have actually got a women's t-shirt which we haven't yet added. So click on the women's section, and then you can go into tops, and then at the top here it comes up with all the names, and above that it's got add new product to the department. So you click on that, and this again brings you up with all the information that will need to be added, like the product name, the brand.
The administrator interface is used mostly to check for new orders.
I'm going to check to see if we have any new orders today. And we've got 1 new order that's been processed today.
The status of this order is processing, which means that the customer has paid for the item.
The payment system will always go through, we use a system which will verify all their card details, and that company will then take the money out of the customer's bank.
To send a processed order, Clemmy prints out the docket with the customer's address. She can then package the item for shipping.
The amount of orders really vary. I mean, some weeks we'll have really busy weeks and really busy days where people just seem to buy everything, and then we'll have slightly quieter periods. I would say on a sort of average we'll have at least 3 to 4 sales every day. Obviously in the summer and the sort of the season, so snowboarding season, you know, that's crazy. We get loads of orders all the time.
We'll just decide what text to put in here, and we'll put it on the site.
Since the launch of Extreme Sports World in September 2004, Phil has been working with his web developer in Australia to improve the site.
We've tried to add additional things onto the website to allow people to access the products in different ways. So logos of the brands, drop downs, and just make it really easy for them to find what they're looking for in as many different ways as they can.
Over the next 3 months, Phil plans to change the database so that stock levels can automatically be adjusted.
At the moment, we're manually adjusting the stock levels, which is not very good. If you sell out of something and someone goes to buy it, then obviously you've got a bit of a problem there, customer service issue, and you've got to try and get that stock. So we'll be putting in on the database stock levels. So when something sells out, it will be removed from the website so people can't actually buy it.
Phil also plans to make the database more user-friendly for customers revisiting the site.
People will be able to log into their account, access what they've previously bought, maybe make some recommendations that way to them, and all this will be done in the database.
Extreme Sports World has been successful so far, but marketing the site will bring in even more sales.
In the future, I will get some tracking software that allows you to actually see where people move on the site. We're still sort of experimenting by adjusting the departments, sub-departments, and the way people are searching on the site to try and maximise the amount of visitors to the amount of sales that we have.